Hey everybody, welcome back to another daily drop here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. I'm THI publisher Andrew Jones. Topic today, this is going to be a lot right now since we are deeper than knee deep into the basketball portal season. This is an addendum to Tuesday's drop where I asked a question about fans' level of panic, nervousness, or concern. And the reason we did that daily drop is because that's what we're sensing from fans. Not a lot of assuredness that all will go well. So we wanted to gauge it, but we also wanted to do so while offering our take. And our take is, let it play out. Don't need to be too nervous. I get it. Understand the passions that lead to nervousness, the passions that lead to concern, maybe even panic, and that there are reasons that Carolina fans are using previous portal experiences to fuel that. The addendum today is very simple. No rush to judgment. So I did give my opinion on how Carolina fans should pump the brakes a little bit. I'm going to go a little deeper into it today. Now, we actually had a previous one recorded as the addendum, but I changed it. I scrapped it for two reasons. One, I thought it was too much like the first one. So editorial's authority, we scrapped it. The second reason, and really more the first reason that triggered it, is because they got a commitment Tuesday night from Jonathan Powell, the guard from West Virginia. In the addendum originally recorded, I noted in there, hey, we're doing this, we're recording this Monday night. They haven't gotten a commitment yet. I just didn't think that that would have gone over well. It would have lost some people. So we're doing this now with Jonathan Powell in the books at Carolina, which I actually think makes it a more relevant and better podcast, simply because the rush to judgment hasn't changed that much by getting Jonathan Powell, because a lot of people don't see him as a 35-minute-a-game starter, at least not yet. Some reached out and even said, I can't believe this is the first guy they get. Another guy sent me a DM this morning saying, you going to tell me with all the positions and all the needs they have, this is the guy that they're accepting? They're taking this guy now? And I try to explain to each person that there is a layering process, that sometimes you don't always know when a guy is going to be available. But if you think he's a part or a piece, you go ahead and take it. For example, let's say you go shopping. I'm not a yard sale guy, but I've had yard sales, and I'm familiar with how it works. And let's say someone is going to a yard sale looking for a specific type of thing for the living room or the TV room or whatever the case may be, an office. And then they come across something like, we need that too. It's not number one on my list, but it's here. It's a good price. It's in good condition. Let's go ahead and take this now. We still need the other stuff just the same, but we got this now. I think that that's how you could envision going through the portal, because of how quickly things happen. And for the variety of reasons that players are interested in one school and not another school, even though the opportunities may seem better, may appear to be a better platform to play. I mean, how many guys do you think would not want to play at a North Carolina or a Kansas? But there are a lot of them that don't show interest. Jonathan Powell did. He looked at this as an opportunity to spend 3 years at a blue blood. He proved this past year as a freshman he could play. Hubert Davis wants to be longer on the perimeter. Hubert Davis wants shooters on the perimeter. And the fact that this young man played 30 minutes a game, he checks the box of experience. So why not? But it doesn't mean he's the blue chip in the portal group, which is why fans need to chill out some. There's going to be more players. Let me remind you, 2 years ago, Paxton Wojcik was the first commitment in a class that eventually included Cormac Ryan and Harrison Ingram. Let me remind you, Hubert's first year, the first portal commitment was Justin McCoy from Virginia. Who came after him? Well, Brady Manick for one. So my point stands. By the way, Van Allen Lubin last year, he committed May 23rd. I think he worked out. I think he'll continue to work out, provided he stays in North Carolina. And everything that we're hearing is that's very, very likely. Also, keep in mind the portal closes April 22nd. Many more really good players are going to enter. We are hearing some names of guys that would be massive gets if they enter, and North Carolina can get them to Chapel Hill. I'm not going to throw those names out right now because those kids are not in, and we got to give them their opportunity to come in before we mention them. So this is a layering process. You don't know what's down the road, but what they do know is that they're going to be in outstanding shape with some of the bigger fish once the April 7 revenue sharing kicks in. Carolina basketball is going to be north of $8 million. It's going to be higher than SEC basketball programs, for example. That's one reason a lot of the SEC schools are pushing so hard right now to get commits, because the financial structure is different today than it will be April 7th when it drops, because the way the league is divvying up revenue sharing. So it's going to drop for Kentucky and for Florida and for Alabama and all those schools. You heard Nate Oates complaining about it last week. Carolina's, it's not. They're going to be in great shape. Great shape. And I don't think Jonathan Powell cost that much. So a lot of the money is still there. Of course, now this is running Wednesday, and there's an official visit taking place Wednesday from Henry Vesar from Arizona. Maybe he commits by the time you watch this. I don't know. Maybe somebody else commits by the time you watch this. Maybe it's someone who's not on the radar just yet because these things happen so quickly. And the dead period starts Thursday. Or is it Thursday? Friday? Thursday. Yeah. Pardon me. So some kids want to get their visits in now while they can, because then there's a week where they can't visit, and it's a little harder to make commitments when you can't go visit a place in person, although Jonathan Powell just did a Zoom. So everyone needs to chill out a little bit, allow this thing to play itself out. This is a process. Process is a word a lot of fans hate because it requires patience. But I say to you very clearly, should be no rush to judgment. Let the process play out. And I would say maybe by next January, mid to late January, then you can judge the job that Hubert Davis and Jim Tanner did in the portal. I wouldn't judge it right now. I wouldn't get ticked off about who they're not getting. In the end, it matters who you get. They cannot land every good player in the portal. They only need 3 or 4. Now they only need 2 or 3, probably 3 more. So don't worry about the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of good players that go other places. Just know that this staff is going to focus on bringing some good players to Chapel Hill. They want them to mesh. They want them to fill specific needs, and they want to elevate from this year in certain areas. With Jonathan Powell, they've done that in some respects. They're going to take probably 3 more. So wait. Allow it to play out. Keep reading our stuff. Keep watching the pods, because we're going to take the train right through the middle of the portal process for you. But don't get too panicked. And don't get too overly excited just yet, because there's more to come. Don't over-evaluate a kid and then apply undue pressure. Just sit back, enjoy the process, and allow it to play itself out. I'm AJ, and I appreciate you stopping by.